Welcome to the channel, and here playing Star Citizen 324 in the PTU. This is, I believe, open PTU at this point. So, you know how this goes, you know how terrible the state of the game is. I think I was just looking at this, the best representation of the massive failure that is Star Citizen. In spite of all the potential, don't get me wrong, enormous potential, and up until recently you could enjoy quite a bit of some of those sparks and some of those little flashes of greatness that it could strive to, but lost very much so because of the greed, because of the unstoppable, endless greed of Chris Roberts and his people. And the best example of that is this fish tank. CIG is this fish tank. Star Citizen is this fish tank. It's a nice fish tank. It's big, right? It's big. It's a nice big fish tank. But it has no water and it has no fish. Now, what's the plan? Selling you the fish for real money? I don't know. I don't care at this point. But it could be something nice. It is just not. Because of greed, because of laziness. If it's just because they plan on selling you the fish and the water for your fish tank later on, it would be greed. Because they forgot to put it, it would be just stupidity and mediocre. The fact that you just crash into it and it just falls, like like you just saw, right? That's physicalized, guys. That's how you physicalize stuff. You touch it and it falls all over the place, no matter how big or small it is. The enormous problem that you have here is that greed got the best of them. Greed got in the way of common sense. Common sense would dictate that no, you can't force people to waste time claiming that is just because of ambition, of because it's never been done before, so it's like best space sim ever, bro. While at the same time, you don't do any of the things that make this an actual game. So if you're gonna force people to do these things, that's because you have a game that allows for such a gameplay. If you're gonna force me to wait for minute after minute and 10 minutes, 20, 30, if you're gonna force me into doing all of this, it's because you already have a structure. It's because you already have a game in which any of this makes sense. If it doesn't make sense, then simply don't do it. If it doesn't make sense to limit or time sink or just kill the pleasure of playing simply because you want to make this a sim, which is at the end of the day not. Look at how much time goes by. Why is this opening and then closing and then opening again? Why can't it be that it just opens and brings up whatever it is they want? Haven't they figured that out yet? Don't they know how to do that? Is it, I can, in less than 10 seconds, I already thought of a way in which they could perfectly do this in such a way that it opens and it brings up another ship or whatever it is. These two pieces that go to the side, they could easily just keep on rotating underneath, make the base for the next ship that brings up, and all you would have would be opening, bringing up, like a conveyor belt, but separated in two pieces. It would avoid this stupid, mediocre, horrible game design of opening and closing multiple times when it's only one thing coming up. Why the hell is it that they didn't figure even that out on their own? Are they that useless? I don't know. Maybe they are. Well, obviously they are. Look at this crap. This is what's open PTU right now, guys. This is what's open PTU. Okay. And there we kind of finally are already. They are pathetic. They really are. But why is it that this doesn't work? Because the game is not geared towards this. Where are the boxes that I just brought up? They just disappeared. The boxes that I just brought up, they're just gone. They're no longer here. They just went missing, like all of the fun in this game. Everything physicalized? Of course not. In a physicalized game, I would move this. I would move that. In a non-physicalized game, I rush and crash into that and it stays where it is. Because this is not physicalized. They're just pretending to actually have a physicalized game when they obviously don't. Right? You have the same, so lazy, the same hanger we've had all along. Now, forget about Rebel and York. Forget about anything cool, pretty, awesome. Something with a little bit more ambition. No, all of that is dead in this game. There's no ambition here. There's no, you know what's, there's no pride. They have no pride left in their job. That is the worst thing that could happen to a human being. Have no pride left on what you're doing. The boxes that I just brought up, they just disappeared in my permanent hangar. You can't do these things when you don't have a proper game. You can't pretend to have physicalized that which just disappears. You're gonna be killing your player base. Even the simpiest of simps, even the whitest of white knights can't put up with this crap being this bad. When you force people to do all of this, which you see me do now, you force me to do all of this bullshit, while at the same time, everything that I just did is pointless because it just disappears the minute I didn't even log out, guys. It's not even that I logged out and it just disappeared. Even that would be unacceptable. No, I placed it on the side, look around for a couple minutes, and it was gone. Shit is just disappearing out of nowhere. I have my empty fish tank, but the 5-6 boxes that I just brought up, gone. No, not there anymore. They just disappear. Why would they be there? I mean, so if you are that ambitious, if you're that ambitious that you really want to have everything physicalized, this is not how you do it. You need a game that actually works. You need to make damn sure, like in No Man's Sky, you make damn sure that, yeah, when you have a base, it is there. Is it maybe lost years later with a giant patch that, yeah, sure, it could be that it ends up halfway buried in terrain, and even that is fucking rare in No Man's Sky, which is amazing. But we're talking about Star Citizen here, right? That's the game we're talking about here, or the lack of a game here. It is just terrible. The idea that you're forced to move around these boxes because you don't have an inventory anymore, and you're gonna fly these things around in master mode, clicking a bunch of buttons for no reason other than just wasting time. Then almost guys, it's PTU. It's not even, it's PTU. And then when it's in the PU, it's an alpha. You're not a proper tester. You're not a professional of game testing. You loser. Go away, normie. Like that sad sack of shit in that video that was saying, oh, I don't want normies here. You fucking loser. You know who wants normies? Chris Roberts wants normies. CIG wants normies. They want people to come here and spend money on something that is half-assed, half-baked, half-cooked. And even those people are not fooled anymore, because you can't even do this. We've gone backwards. It used to be that you could at least fly around, enjoy this nonsense. You could. I've been doing that for years. For years I was flying around, doing a little bit of combat, getting a little bit of gear for a few days, maybe when lucky. Yeah, even when lucky, a little bit every once in a while. For a few days I would manage to make a bit of a home in space in my ship, right? Yeah, no. Now I have to drag around a fucking box everywhere if I expect to at least grab some of that old, moldy, aged like shit gear that we have, because there's nothing new here ever, right? We're always just screwing around with the same crap all the time. Even that is just a matter of, but even that was lost. In this year, in 2024, they've gone back years with all of this, and now they are desperate. And now when they see players fleeing, when they see players selling their accounts, selling their ships in the gray market, desperately trying to because that's the point in which you realize, hey, you have, oh, it doesn't matter, I don't care about $100, I don't care about $1,000, fuck, I don't care about what, 2, 3, 5k, I have money, I'm okay. But when you realize that you're not even gonna play this thing anymore, and you have 5k sank in this thing, yeah, you probably will try to sell it. And they are all trying to sell it right now. They're all trying to sell their accounts. Just read the comments. People are trying to sell their accounts. People are trying, and they're not buying it because the word gets around. The word gets around, and you know that this thing, as it is right now, is damn dead. It's as dead as it's ever been, and it's not looking good at all because they are just too fucking late to the party. Once they realized what was happening and they said, oh, we're gonna go back on the inventory, guys. No, Chris Roberts, that's not enough. You have to go back on the inventory, you have to go back on master modes, and you have to actually start doing your fucking job of making the game you promised over a decade ago. And I don't see him doing that. I don't think he has it in him to do it anymore. And that's why this project is most likely gone and dead. Join the queue. My waiting time is 100 million seconds. Oh, that's rough, man. That's rough. But I just told you so. I will say it again. I fucking told you so. And you heard me just told you so yet again in this video. Take care.